What's up, everybody? This is Sage Sentient, and today on Sage's Hot Seat, we have caught on the planet Mustafar a very, very dangerous Sith Lord. And I'm very excited that I caught him. I don't know how I got him on here, but his schedule was just perfect because he landed on Mustafar. I was spying on, two different characters at the same time. I was spying on Anakin and Obi-Wan, and then while they were fighting, I was in the background, and I was like, oh my gosh, who's this guy? And I caught him, and his name is Sith Lord Fluffy. In the depths of Mustafar, of the planet where their lava is, we have found Sith Lord Fluffy, and my goodness, welcome to the show of the Hot Seat, man. How you doing today?
Great, man. Thanks for having me.
You're welcome. Really, really, really excited to have you on. It is Star Wars Day. Really happy to talk a little bit of Star Wars. Very ironic that I got you on and your schedule opened up, right?
Just the forces aligned.
The forces aligned, exactly. And now that we have you, I see that you're coming in. You're in a cantina, like galaxies far away.
Oh yeah, yeah. This is gotta have my relaxed setup going on.
Yeah, nice. I like it. So my throat right now is just so dry. I don't know. Maybe it's the heat. Is the heat, or are you force choking me right now? Are you force choking me right now?
No, I'm not. I'm actually being good right now. I'm actually being good right now.
All right. So we are going to get you into the hot seat, and we're really excited to have you on. My goodness, big round of applause, chat, for Sith Lord Fluffy as he's in. And ladies and gentlemen, this is the hot seat. All right, man. Welcome. We are very excited to have you on the show. And I've been watching your show for quite a bit. You've been streaming for quite a bit now. More than 6 months. You're on what? Almost 8 months now, right?
I've actually been 2 weeks will be 10 months.
2 weeks is 10 months. Congratulations. Yep. That's awesome, man. Now, you have a very interesting lifestyle. You're a paramedic.
Yes.
And as a paramedic, I find that very, very, very awesome. Thank you for your public service. And at the same time, you probably have a lot of things that you've seen before. Every day is different. Sometimes you're on something very simple, and some days you're probably on something very, like, oh my gosh, like I gotta be on point today. Now,
yep.
You are Sith Lord Fluffy, and let's be honest, you are 6'5". That's right. That's crazy. What's the first reaction that people have when they see you walking up to them as a paramedic?
A lot of times it's kind of a fear or intimidation type look.
Yeah. What's a weird or awkward moment where someone's like, oh my gosh, like, is this guy gonna like this guy's got a needle, or this guy's gonna take my blood, or he's trying to help me or pick me up? Like, you could probably pick up a lot of people. I mean, being 6'5", you're probably very you're probably one of the rarer breeds in your industry, right? How does have you ever had to pick somebody up and say, hey, let's move them to another station, or to get them on the cart? You're probably you can probably do it a lot easier than some people, right?
I can. Then I can do that a lot better than a lot of people. I have a lot of people that are like, oh, I weigh 250 pounds, and you might need some help picking me up. And I'm like, trust me, Ed, this is nothing.
I've picked up other Siths and other Jedi more than that, right? Bigger than that.
Yeah.
Now, when you are a paramedic, you have to have two different mindsets. You have to have your mindset of empathy, because you have to be able to really calm some people down. and get them into a mindset of like, hey, I'm here to take care of you. And then you're probably also in the mindset of maybe some certain situations where things might have been dangerous, and you're like, hey, like you kind of been a little stern of like, you need to do this, get this done, otherwise this might not work, right? Have you ever been in a situation like that you can talk about that has been very 180 to each other?
Yes, and well, yeah, I can. There's been quite a few situations. Well, I say quite a few. There's been a couple of situations where we would get called out to something, and we get there, and the person that called is not who we're actually there to see. We're there for a family member that has something's happened, that they've for whatever reason they're angry and they don't want to deal with us. They don't want us there.
Yeah.
And we have to be able to talk to them and try to calm them down and tell them, look, we're just here to help. We got called. We didn't just randomly drive by your house and decide to stop. We have to be able to calm them down to allow us to do our job, to be able to make sure that nothing is going on life-threatening with that person, and then be able to treat that person. And then they go back and get mad at us again when we're trying to treat them, and we're like, look, you can either let us treat you, or you're risking, basically dying.
Yeah,
if you
further
don't let us do
damage.
this.
Yeah.
So we run into that, not necessarily frequently, but we do run into it some.
Right. And as someone who is in this world, do you find yourself having a lot more empathy, a little bit more kindness to others in general, because you know what it takes?
Sometimes.
Okay.
It depends on the situation. A lot of times, I feel bad for somebody going through stuff or whatever, and then sometimes I'm like, this guy's an idiot. He's doing this to himself. So
yeah.
So it depends. Obviously, I don't do that when I'm at work, right?
Yeah.
But when I'm not on duty, when I'm not on duty, it's a completely different situation.
That's hilarious. Let's get into your first question on the hot seat. I feel like you're ready and you're primed. And one thing I want to know, and like everybody else, is especially because of Star Wars Day, where did your gamer handle, your username, come from?
So my username, or my Twitch tag, whatever you want to call it, came from my alliance leader in Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes.
Okay.
I actually know him in real life. I work with him. He lives about 2 miles down the road from me.
Oh, wow.
And one day he called me that in our Discord chat for our alliance. And I was like, where did this come from? And he's like, well, it fits. And I'm like, yeah, it does. And then the name stuck.
Yeah.
So then, everybody in the alliance over there started calling me that. So I was like, well, you know what? It fits. It works. I'm just going to go with it. And it's still here.
That's epic. So what did people call you before that then?
So my gamer tag was the Big Rob.
Okay.
And that's what I've gone by a lot. That and Hulk Medic. I went by that for a while. Yeah.
Okay, hang on a second. Chat, what do you guys like better? Sith Lord Fluffy or Hulk Medic? Because both of those are really epic, and the fact that people would say Hulk Medic goes completely against what Hulk would do. He's supposed to heal himself, not heal others. But he's actually a very good protector. He's actually a very good protector in general and in the game. Hulk heal? Yeah, right. So one thing that I really do like about your gamer handle is that it kind of comes out with like so many different things, right? Sith Lord, first of all, you probably align yourself, like you said earlier, about being a gray Jedi.
Uh-huh.
Also in your name, you have Fluffy. And in your logo, you're kind of like a Viking and a bear, right? and which means a lot. Like, you're probably like a big, like, you know, huggable, smoochable kind of guy, right? Like, you're probably very likable, right?
Some people say that. Some people
So how do
call me some bad names. But,
so how do you put both of those together? Are you like one big badass, like huggable, smoochable kind of person, or how does that work?
So obviously, I have a deeper voice, and a lot of people. And this is going to be really bad, but we get evaluations at work.
Okay.
And my evaluations at work always come back is that I'm very gruff and I'm not approachable. And I'm like, how am I not approachable? Just walk up and talk.
Yeah.
But so that's usually how that goes. And then, it's just, I'm really not that bad. If you come and talk to me, I'm cool. I'll talk to you, whatever.
You're great on stream, man. You're great. You're very approachable in conversation. You know, I feel like, and this was one reason why I was drawn to you in the beginning, was that I feel like even though you had that like strong look to you, it's still in your voice of like, hey, you know, I'm still a friend. You know, have a friendly voice, you know? And now let's jump into this Sith Lord thing. Gray Jedi. How are you more of a Gray Jedi if your name is Sith Lord just because of your username? Now, Sith Lords can be both. Sith Lords can do a lot of different things. But what's one thing that separates you, especially being as a Gray Jedi? Get into some detail there.
So I do have a temper,
okay,
I guess, and I have over the years learned to control it and use it constructively. So, you know, sometimes somebody makes me mad, okay, fine, whatever, it's not that big a deal. I don't hold grudges. I don't try to get people back and things like that. But I use it for something. I'll go, you know, that gives me an excuse to go lift heavy at the gym that day or whatever. So
I like it.
So I'm able to use. So that's why I fit more with the Gray Jedi. But the Sith Lord Fluffy kind of went with the whole. Well, he's got the Sith Lord side. But he's fluffy. Like a teddy bear. So you know, so that's how you get both of them in the same name.
That's great. Now you are it actually kind of goes with Hulk Medic too, because you know Hulk Banner and you know Hulk himself, you know, two different sides, which is great. Let's go into our next question here, and the obviously very, 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 very interesting is you started 10 months ago. You know, you were streaming, you know, I guess you came from Star Wars Galaxy Heroes before. You're kind of a gamer.
So I've been playing Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes for about 5 years now, give or take. And some of the guys that I was playing Galaxy of Heroes with came to Marvel Strike Force when it first started. So I followed them over here. We're all still in the same alliance together. And we've been playing Marvel Strike Force ever since it started. And I was a very casual player until about a year and a half ago now. I was very casual. I just went with the flow, logged in, did my daily stuff, and that was pretty much it. And then when the pandemic started and I was home a lot more, I needed something to do. So I started playing more MSF and doing more things with it, and essentially became a hardcore player overnight.
Yeah, pretty much. So go ahead.
So that kind of led to where we are now. And once I'd been doing it hardcore for a couple months, I was like, hey, I want to try the streaming thing out because I'm sitting at home not doing anything anyway.
Right.
So, and that led to that, and here we are.
So how did you get yourself hooked onto MSF as a streamer? Like when you were deciding that like, hey, I'm going to play this game, you know, from the beginning, like, was it just the moment that like you were with your friends? Why did you like, why don't you stream Marvel Strike? Why do you stream Marvel Strike Force and not Star Wars Galaxy Heroes, where you're actually a high level player? I would assume, spike player even at that, rather than Marvel Strike Force.
So Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes is I'm still working on a lot of aspects of that game. I am not the best with the modding and things of that nature in that game.
Okay.
And I feel like I know a lot more with gameplay in Marvel Strike Force.
Okay.
Yeah, I definitely consider myself a very mediocre Star Wars player.
That's hilarious. And not everyone can be an amazing player even at high levels, and at the same time, like when you're in, like when you're in the box of Star Wars Galaxy Heroes and you're in the box of Marvel Strike Force, and you believe like you're to yourself that you know more and you can give more to other people. Is that why you're streaming it more? Or you feel like, I mean, maybe do you feel like the game just doesn't have like the right streaming ability? There's the right streamer approach. Like, is Star Wars Galaxy Heroes also as bad as people say?
So it was bad until the current management took over. It's still not great. But they have pretty much pulled a 180 and are doing better. As far as streaming, Galaxy of Heroes, one thing that people like to watch is the GACs, the one-on-one type alliance wars.
Right.
And that's never been something that I've had great luck with. Okay. I don't have the top tier characters. I don't spend money in Swugga. So I don't have the top tier characters. Half the time I forget to do it if I join.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So it's just, that's kind of why I never really stream Swugga that much.
Okay. I mean, there's so many different reasons why people do what they don't do for it, and number one is it fun? And that's what I always think. Is like, is the game fun from the beginning, and can you keep playing it and not having the idea of being, oh wow, it's boring now, or hey, I'm not doing so well. Like, the fact that I've heard that it's made that turnaround, not only from you but from other people, makes a big difference, because I've seen some people really go back into the game and really try and push again to get into that love and passion. So
and that's another reason that I don't stream Swugga a whole lot, because I have fun doing it for me. That's right. My downtime. That's my away from everything else time. And that's, kind of keeps it separate from everything else.
Mm-hmm. All right. Now let me ask you, you're a gamer. How long have you been playing games? Whole life? Most of your life?
Yeah.
Teenagers? Yeah.
Yep. I got my first original Nintendo Entertainment System.
Nice.
When I was 4, wow. I believe, was when my parents bought it.
Nice. That's very cool. And what was your reaction?
Kid in a candy store that has $1 million. I was ecstatic.
You probably ran around the couch like 30 times, right?
Oh yeah. And then went upstairs and hooked it up and started playing Mario and Duck Hunt and Tetris.
Oh gosh, yeah. What was your favorite? What was your favorite out of Tetris and Duck Hunt? Well, like, which one did you play more?
I probably spent the most time with Mario.
Okay.
But I had other games as well that I spent a lot of time. I spent a lot of time playing Zelda.
Oh yeah, of course. Let's get to your next question. Are there any other upcoming games that you could see yourself playing on your channel besides Marvel Strike Force?
Yes. I'm looking forward to Future Revolution, Marvel Future Revolution.
Okay.
That's the big one that I've been following. There are some PC games that I'm looking forward to that are currently in early access. So I'm waiting on full release for them. They're probably not going to be until 2022 though.
Oh, wow.
So
Do you want to give us...
but one of them is Satisfactory. I've been playing it quite a bit here recently and streaming it some. I've had some really long Satisfactory streams.
Oh, wow.
And I know that type of game is not for most people, but it's an automation simulation type game.
Okay.
And you're dropped onto a planet and you build a factory, you harvest all the resources, you automate everything, basically.
Okay.
And so the full release, they're on update 4 of early access right now, and full release is scheduled hopefully for summer of 2022.
That's awesome.
So.
All right. Well, now that you've gotten through there, let's get in the some of the tougher questions that we're ready to throw at you for Marvel Strike Force. And one of the biggest things that we need to, take this turn into is what do you feel about the state of the game for not just Scopely, but Boundless Entertainment, for Marvel Strike Force, cash spending, bugs, issues? How do you feel about that?
On the grand scope of things, the game is still doing well financially. So I don't think it's going anywhere anytime soon. But having said that, I think they need to fix some things. They need more of a QA department. I understand bugs. I get that there's going to be bugs in programming. That's a fact of life. Nobody is going to be 100% perfect. But some of the bugs that we have are, if they had somebody QAing, we wouldn't have them.
Yeah.
As far as I think that there needs to be a few things come to fruition that need to happen. These things being like bring some of these characters that we have all, for lack of better terms, been begging for. Bring Gambit, bring in Rogue, Professor X. Not necessarily those three specifically, but something to reinvigorate the player base. And that's one of the problems we're having now, is we're losing people because of the bugs and things of that nature, and we're not getting that many new players anymore. We're still getting some, yes, but it's not like it was before.
Do you still have fun playing this game?
I do. I enjoy playing this game every day.
You've had 2 accounts.
Uh-huh.
Your big account is quite good. Your 9.6 TCP and
yep.
a STP, strongest team power, of 715,000. But you had a baby account. What happened to your baby account? Why'd you stop it? I mean, it's just not fun anymore. Is it just too much?
It was too much with me being in school. Between schoolwork and family time, working full time, working a part-time job, streaming, playing multiple games, I didn't have time.
Yeah.
So the alliance that I was in, I told them, look, my activity is going to drop. If you guys need to kick me, go ahead. So they sent me a message and said, look, we don't want to kick you, but we've got some very active people that want to come in. I was like, that's fine, not hurting my feelings.
Yeah.
Go right ahead. They kicked me out, and I let the account float. Basically, it's in some random alliance somewhere.
Oh, wow.
I don't know.
Wow.
But it's still there. I mean, I've still got, obviously I can still log in and play it if I want to. Now that I'm done with school, since I finished that yesterday, it might be something that I look at doing. I might look at starting up another baby account to see how the the new player experience has changed, because that was why I started that account, was mainly for the new player experience, to see what had changed since I started playing back when the game started.
Right.
So that's an option that's on the table. We'll see. And I do keep that account around some rare occasion. If I'm bored, I'll log in and spend some energy or something, just to keep it kind of going. So if anything ever happens with my main alliance and we need a spot filled, I can throw it in there if I need to. So
now let me ask you a couple questions there. You kind of touched on something. I know that you've been doing this baby account for how long is that baby account that you had?
I started that account in August of last year.
Okay, so that's August of last year. So within about 6 months there, 7 months, the new player and the early game has evolved and changed. So it's almost like it's
Yes.
a good thing that you're kind of done with it. You make a new account and you're basically deciding, guess what? I want to retry and see where this new player advantage base is for the next 8 months. Is that like something that you're thinking of doing? Because that would be really, really interesting for some people. Instead of basically end game players like us and other CCs saying, hey, guess what? We have all the information. We know what's going on. You're the guy that knows actually all the information every almost 7 months, and we turn to you instead of saying, hey, like, this is what you should do. Do you think CC's an end game, and do you think what you're doing is better? Because in a way, I feel like you have more of a on-touch scale.
I don't see it as necessarily better. It's just a different viewpoint, really.
But if you're the one that's actually, doing the actual work, and you have another guy that's 10 to 15 million, and they're like, oh yeah, like this is what you do. Like, wouldn't you say you know more about the information rather than the other guy?
Not necessarily. It really depends on it depends on a lot of different things. Because the in-game content creator that doesn't know what the introductory characters are, what the introductory calendars are. So, there for the longest time, when you joined Marvel Strike Force, you got a Minerva calendar and a Captain Marvel calendar.
Right.
And they have since changed that. I believe it was in November, it changed to a Wave 1 calendar.
Oh, okay.
So you get the the Wave 1 Avengers, and you can start out with them and go a completely different route. So it's going to change over time, and I think that with the content creators that are just in game, that don't do the new accounts, that say, okay, this is how I would do it if I was in this position, that makes sense, and that they're not wrong.
Mm-hmm.
But having the baby account that started with the new calendars and the new stuff, I can say, okay, well, that's a good idea, that would work for you, but you might want to do something different and try it this way.
Okay.
If that makes sense.
Yeah, that makes sense. I see what you're saying. So you're right. There is definitely different perspectives. And starting it up is a possibility that's almost like, wow, this is definitely another job, because this is really going to put almost too much, because there's so much content that you can do there. Let's move on to our next question.
Okay.
How much money have you spent in this game so far on your big account?
Let's see, what's this, May?
Yeah.
Probably in the neighborhood of $1,700 to $2,000.
Okay, that's not bad. That's good. Total from start to, it's from, did you start global launch or close to that?
So I started playing at global launch, but I didn't start spending until last January.
Okay, so same with me. So you didn't spend at all, so you were free to play all the way up until like last January, just like I was.
Yes.
And then you started spending. So, okay, so that's really not bad. Even still, it's still not bad. I mean, almost for a year you're spending, but almost now you've probably gotten better characters and spent your money better now than starting in the beginning, because at the beginning there's so many different changes and all different new things, and now you have like amazing characters that are really actually game breaking, instead of like, oh, like I bought, my Electra, or I bought my Luke Cage. You know what I mean? Like, it makes sense there in a way. So I understand what you're saying there. So that's actually not bad. And that's great. It's because the scale that we have seen is that, we had people like Batted Degree, who's been on the show. We've had, Mr. 901 Tommy Jacks, who's been on the show, who's spent very little, $15, $30, under $100 easy. Now they're probably spending a little bit more, maybe because maybe they're streaming or whatnot, but even still, they're not really spending a whole lot. Now you have guys at the other end, where you have like the Krakens and Whales, where you have Tony at $22,000. You have Reminex, who's definitely over that. And then you have Casino at $40,000.
Wow.
Do you feel like your spending is very minute now?
Yeah, I do.
Do you feel like, oh my gosh, I actually don't feel as bad when I buy the characters now?
Well, sort of, kind of. I mean, I don't buy every character. I don't buy everything by any means. I kind of pick and choose what I spend money on.
Right.
So, and I keep myself to a budget every month. And once I hit that budget, I don't spend any more for the rest of the month. Doesn't matter what it is.
What's your budget?
$150.
That's good. That's really good. And is that based on your dollar or your wallet, or is that based on maybe donations?
It's a combination.
Okay, cool. So that keeps you actually really good, because then you know where like you can balance the entirety of everything, instead of like, I'm not just going all out with my 150 and raking in, other people's donations.
Right, yeah.
Let's this is good. Let's move on to our next question. And it goes along with this. Who's your most cherished unlock? Obviously paying is a big deal. Is it probably like Surfer or Kestrel? Who's your most cherished unlock?
No.
It doesn't have to be that.
It's a character that I got free to play.
Okay.
That I did not spend any money on.
Nice.
And I have 7 reds on said character.
Ooh, said character is?
And it's Cyclops.
Nice, man. Actually, Cyclops he gets a bad rap. He always does. He's
a glass cannon. He's definitely a glass cannon.
Yeah.
But when you have 7 reds on him and you have him at gear tier 14 and you have the T4s on him, his ultimate does 700,000 plus crits.
Oh yeah.
So
yeah, I think I actually watched one of your streams once, and this was a couple months ago, and I think you were like, "Don't worry, I still got this." It was in a raid or something like that, or like in a war. I think it was in a war. And you're like, don't worry, I think I still got this. And Laser Eyes had like nobody around him. I think it was him, and I think it was maybe Psylocke next to him. And I think you just blasted this entire group. And I was like, and you were like, wow. And everyone was like, wow. Where you won the match, but it was a complete 180, because a glass cannon, it's either yes or no. It's like it goes one way.
Yep.
Quickly.
Yep.
So that was really cool. And I remember watching that one time. I can't remember what it was, but
that was probably in war, and that was probably an Marauders team.
Probably.
Because that's generally what I use my Uncanny X-Men for.
Nice. Now your most cherished unlock is Cyclops. Is it only because he's 7 red? Did you get a pull, or did you you got Cyclops Cherish Unlock, but was that because you got the 7 red star pull, or is that because even though free to play, how did you get the 7?
So the 7 red was a pull from a regular red star orb.
Wow.
And it was either a regular red star or an elite 4. I don't remember. It was either way. It was one of the two. It wasn't an elite 5 or elite 6 or anything like that. But I do remember doing it on stream.
Oh yeah, that's awesome. That's even better. It's way better when it's on stream when you pull. Obviously you can verify it, but yeah. Now your Cherished Unlock is free to play. Now, what is your Cherished Unlock that is, pay to win?
X Factor.
You bought all of X Factor, or did you core?
I bought them.
Nice. Why do you like X Factor?
So growing up, Shatterstar was one of my favorite mutants.
Yes. Tell him.
Just he was, he wasn't in the TV show that often.
Yeah.
But when he was just badass.
Yeah.
And so the double samurai swords, the double-bladed samurai swords, or double-bladed katanas, I guess, are awesome.
Yeah.
And so obviously I had to get him. So when they released him, I was like, okay, so I got to get him. So I got him. And then Longshot came out not long after, and I'm like, okay, they work really good together. So let me go ahead and get him too. And then they brought out Multiple Man and Polaris, and Multiple Man, I actually did not buy Multiple Man.
Okay.
I did his event and I got 3 stars on him, which is fine. But then Polaris came out, and I was pulling red stars the other night, and I pulled a 7 red star Polaris.
Wow, I have none. So great for you. How many 7 reds do you have?
That I've pulled or that I have bought.
Wow, you're making me jealous.
So I've only bought 1 7 red star, and that was Thanos.
Okay.
And I've pulled, let's see, Cyclops, Polaris, Korath, and Hand Sorceress, I think.
Ooh.
I think are the 4.
OP.
Yeah, my Hand Sorceress is never going to see 7 stars, so that's a waste.
Yeah.
Okay,
let's go back really quick. Let's talk about your your Polaris that you pulled, and you were talking about Multiple Man.
Okay.
No, you were explaining the story.
Oh, so I didn't buy Multiple Man, did the event, and then I had pulled a 7 red Polaris, and I was like, well, I kind of feel obligated to do it now. So I did buy 1 pack for Polaris, and I will buy the Strike Pass whenever it's available.
Nice.
To get the other 100 shards.
Yeah, right.
But yeah.
Very cool.
So
Very
the
cool.
7 red thing, I kind of feel obligated, like I kind of need to, because she's gonna be nasty with 7 reds.
Yeah, she has a really good ability, very, very, very similar to her father, Magneto. Let's jump across really quickly. Let's talk about how's the hot seat. You feeling it a little bit? You're good.
No, I like the heat.
You like the heat? Nice. Let's jump across. Let's talk about Sith Lord Fluffy, the little guy, young Sith Lord, not Sith Lord, but more like Sith. What's the level there? It's like
Sith Apprentice.
Sith Apprentice. Sith Apprentice Fluffy.
Yep, there you go.
SLF and SAF. Very nice. SAF. All right. What hobbies do you have, man?
Computers. I take apart, fix computers, anything tech, stuff like that.
Okay.
I shoot firearms. I used to do competition.
Nice.
Now it's just for fun.
That's cool. Here, hang on one second. They informed us that it's Acolyte, Sith Acolyte Fluffy.
Yes, it is Acolyte. that was my fault. It is the 3 levels are Acolyte, Warrior, and Lord.
Oh, okay. So are you?
Yes.
We're gonna keep talking about Sith acolyte here. So, you touched on a couple things. So you like firearms. What kind of firearms do you have, and what do you play with, or shoot with, rather, not play, because that would be bad.
So I have an AR-15. I have a SCAR. A couple of different civilian version of battle rifles. Those are fun to go to the range and just have fun with.
Mm-hmm.
I have a bolt action 308. That's my precision rifle.
Mm-hmm.
That's not the one that I shot competition with, but that's one that I could shoot competition with now. I can accurately hit a 2x2 foot piece of steel at 1,000 yards with it.
Wow, with a scope.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. Definitely.
I thought you were Hawkeye for a second. Or maybe Frank Castle. I don't know. Do you have? Someone's asking. Do you have a Frank Castle tattoo?
I don't have a Frank Castle tattoo, but I do have a Hulk tattoo.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yep.
Is it like it's Hulk fist or is it Hulk face?
It's Hulk as a Viking, actually.
Oh, okay. Is it on your arm or something?
Yeah, it's on my left bicep.
Would you mind showing the audience? Oh, wow, that's a huge piece, bro. That is a huge piece. Oh my gosh, man, that's crazy. That's very cool, man. Very cool. All right, now you also said that you are a tech guy, so you're kind of like Forge now, and you're taking apart computers and putting computers together. What is it that intrigues you about putting together and taking apart computers?
I've just always liked putting things together, taking things apart, building models, building PCs, things of that nature. I've always enjoyed it. I've always liked it. That's actually what I went to school for. That's what my degree is. Nice. Is IT, system security, information security.
Nice, dude.
So just gives me something to do that I enjoy.
That's awesome, man. That's really cool. I know a lot of people in IT. I know a lot of people that do that are big haptic learners. Working with their hands and stuff, such and such. That's and I would probably consider myself probably a haptic learner in general. But yeah, that's great. Let's move on. Let's talk about Acolyte Sith Lord here when he kind of fell in the same range as Anakin, and he had his first kiss. When did you have your first kiss?
I was 17.
Okay,
actually.
Nice.
Yep.
Was it meaningful, or was it just like, oh, like, it's a kiss?
It was meaningful.
Nice. Was it with just a friend, or was it your girlfriend, or became girlfriend?
It was my first girlfriend.
Nice, man. And meaningful when it happened. Was there a big grin on Acolyte's face?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Of course.
That's great. That's great.
Yeah. He thought he could rule the world at that point.
Yeah. Right. You're like, yeah. Now you are a you're a Sith, warrior now, right? I believe you're getting into a little bit of like a different, more meaningful kiss, right? And you're married, right?
Yes.
And how did you and your love of your life meet?
So we had this is going to be a really interesting story. So about 15 years ago, we had a mutual friend that introduced us. And he was telling us that me and her should go out and go on a date, do whatever. Well, neither one of us was in the right time or place in our life to do that. So we just kind of became friends.
All right.
And then we kind of fell out of contact. And then 10 years later, we actually ran across each other on a dating app.
Wow.
And met up and went on the date and ended up getting married. And here we are almost 4 years later.
Congratulations, man. Now, what was in your profile that made her swipe right? Was it Sith Lord Fluffy or was it like Hulk Medic? What was in there?
I don't know. I really don't know. Because I actually messaged her when I saw her profile.
Okay.
I was like, hey, I know her.
That's
I was
great.
like, I know this girl. I could
That's
see if we
great.
could go to dinner.
That's good. That's good. That's great. That's really funny. That's really funny. All right, let's move on to our next question here. Now, you were on a Tinder experience or a Bumble experience or whatever. What's the worst pickup line that you've ever experienced?
I don't know, actually. I don't know that I've ever actually experienced much of any.
Well, I mean, like either like experiences like you've given or received. It doesn't have to be one lane.
I've never
used a line.
I've never really used a line. Yeah, I mean, when I was in freshman in college and sophomore and going to the bars and all that stuff, it was, hey, what's up? How you doing? And then if the conversation started, it went somewhere. If the conversation didn't start, then that was the end of it, and you move on. You know?
That's true. That's true. I mean, you're 6'5", so it's pretty hard for people to like miss you inside of a bar instead of like a restaurant being like, oh, hey, this guy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's great. Now, your Sith warrior, and you're doing a couple things, and you're trying to figure out yourself, and people are trying to figure out themselves. And during that time, what's the worst advice you've ever given?
The worst advice I've ever given? Wow. I've given some really bad advice, so I got to think about that one.
Is this about the game? It doesn't have to be about personal. It can be about the game too.
So,
I think the hot seat's really hot right now.
Yeah, it is a little bit. It is a little bit, because I'm sitting here thinking, like, I've given some really bad advice in my life. I don't know if I want to explain this. If we want to talk about Marvel Strike Force bad advice, I have actually told people to level up and gear up characters that were wrong.
Okay.
That they shouldn't have. And well, I say wrong. The characters themselves aren't bad, and based off of the roster that the person had, it wasn't a bad idea because they already had investment in those characters.
Right.
So it wasn't like they were going from level 1 to level 75. It was like level 45 to level 60.
Right.
But then a new character came around that they could get, and they didn't have the resources for that new character, and that new character would have been better.
Oh man, I can't believe you did that. You're definitely on fire for that one. You're definitely on fire for that one.
Well, I'm not an envoy. I don't know when the new stuff is coming out. I get it when everybody else does. So.
I know, right? Sometimes, it's really funny. A lot of people say they don't want to speculate and they don't want to do that stuff. But what's the point of not speculating? And you're, it's just theory crafting. Like there's like, either you know it or you don't know it. And if you can be the person that speculates and you get it right, that's almost better than being the envoy, because you're getting the information and you're being told of like when and how to say it, instead of just like, oh, this is like what's going on, Let's go ahead and let's talk about a couple things here. So let's run and let's talk about last couple questions, because we're going to get into something really quick. We're going to do our Star Wars quiz because it's Star Wars Day. So last couple things here is, I'm going to ask you this question because, you're a paramedic and this and that. So this might be interesting. This is great. I really like this conversation right now. But have you ever broken the law?
Yes.
All right. I like it. Is it something you can talk about?
Yeah, I can talk about it.
Okay. I mean, you don't have to. You don't have to if you don't want to. I mean, if it's like, hey, like,
So-
you know, I grabbed gum.
No. It was. I probably could have ended up in jail for a while for what I did.
Oh, wow. Okay. So maybe we hold off on that. You want to let's how about a little tease then? You don't have to say the story. Maybe a little tease.
A home built firearm.
Wow. Okay. I think I know what that is. That's crazy. That's awesome. That's pretty nuts. That's really cool though. That's really cool. Don't get embarrassed. It's all good. All right. Now the other one is if they put a cosplay likeness in the game, and if it were you, who would you be interested in seeing yourself as? Yeah, right. FBI pounds on door.
It would have to be. I'd have to be Hulk.
Yeah. Okay.
But it would have to be from the Hulk verse, where he was the leader of the planet and he had the beard.
Oh, okay. So Maestro.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's awesome. Awesome. I love it. Actually, you know what? There's been a lot of talk of people wanting the Gamma team, and who would be on your Gamma team? Go real quick. 5 characters, Gamma team.
What do you mean, Gamma team?
Gamma team is like Hulk, She-Hulk, A-Bomb, Scar, Maestro. Who would you have as your 5 Gamma characters?
Okay, I got you. Sorry, I went to Gamma Raid for a second. So I would have to go with Hulk, Red Hulk.
Oh yeah.
Abomination.
Mm-hmm.
She-Hulk. And probably Maestro.
Yeah. He's cool.
Yeah.
He's cool. I like him. All right, cool. Let's get our last question in. Wait. We have two questions. Hang on. The all-time question that everyone asks, and it gets people crazy. Does pineapple belong on pizza?
I don't have a problem with pineapple on pizza, but It's not my thing.
Okay, got you. But it wouldn't be your first. It wouldn't be the first slice that you grab.
It wouldn't be the first one that I grab, but I don't mind it, so I will eat it. But it's not my favorite.
All right, what's your favorite pizza then? Taco last week was on the show and he said just regular pepperoni is fine with him.
My favorite pizza is actually a little bit interesting. It's pepperoni, meatball, and bacon.
I'm in with it. I'm in. Invite me over. We'll have that one day when we meet up.
Sounds great. Sounds great.
I like it. All right, let's move to our last question, and you probably already know what this is. 1 Infinity Stone in a fight, or just to use, what would you use?
Probably the Time Stone.
Probably the Time Stone?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Want to give us a reason?
Yeah. So, this is again another random story. My first degree program at college was physics. I love theoretical physics. Okay. So you've got your time travel, you've got your faster than light travel, things of that nature. So Time Stone, time travel, go back and reset stuff, move forward and see what happens. You know, that would probably be where I go.
All right, that's dope. I like it. Do you think that you might have a different life there? Maybe.
Possibly.
That's great. All right, guys. That concludes our hot seat portion of the show. We're going to do a couple things here. We're going to do a Star Wars quiz. But first, make sure you get in your channel points for the prediction for our PvP for MSF in just a second. We're counting down. Get your points in. I am on a losing road right now. I don't want to lose again. I started off, I got obliterated by Taco last week because he had Polaris and I had no idea how to really use that counter yet. And I basically, I was like Black Panther and I froze. So let's get into this questionnaire here. we're going to jump into our Star Wars quiz. And I got to jump into Star Wars. I got to pull it up real quick. So, we're going to do a Star Wars. Can you name the characters from the first 6 Star Wars movies? Okay. This is going to be a hard one.
Okay.
But your name is Sith Lord Fluffy. So if you fail, you are now a terrible Sith Lord. If you win, then because it is Star Wars Day, okay, there is a total here of 32, okay? A total of 32. Okay. If you get 16, if you get half of them right, I will mail you a Star Wars pin. Okay? Sounds fair? This is going to be hard. Yeah. You have it says the timer's 8 minutes. I'll give you 4 minutes to name 16 characters. Okay? Normally it's 32 for 8. I'll give you 16 for 4. And if you can do 16 characters, that would be awesome. So we're going to jump into it, and I'm going to get the timer in just a second. And here we go. Let's get this. Let's change up this music because this is requiring a little bit more music from this moment right here. Let's go. Where are you? All right, here we go. Countdown at 4 minutes. Are you ready?
You just want me to list off character names?
Fire away as soon as we go. Are you ready?
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. And the things that we're looking for are here. You don't have to name. You can name either the character, or actually, you know what? Let's do. Actually, I see what they're doing here in this quiz. They're doing portrayer and character. Okay, can you do that? You're pretty good at Star Wars movies, right?
What do you mean portrayers?
So they're giving. Example, one of them is Carrie Fisher, who she portrays.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Can you name the character?
Yeah.
Okay.
Gotcha.
So we're gonna do 16 of these. I'll give you all 32, but you just have to name 16. You just have to get half of them right.
Okay.
Okay. 4 minutes. You ready to go?
Yeah, and it's the first 6 movies, right?
First 6 movies, yes.
Okay.
All right, here we go. Countdown is starting right now. All right. Mark Hamill.
Luke Skywalker.
Very good. Oh, wait, we got... wait, here we go. Hang on, where's the thing? There we are. Why is this not working right now? All right, cool. Okay, so we got Luke Skywalker. Okay. Harrison Ford.
Han Solo.
Carrie Fisher.
Leia.
Alec Guinness or Ewan McGregor?
Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Anthony Daniels.
C-3PO.
Kenny Baker.
R2-D2.
Peter Mayhew.
Chewbacca.
David Prowse or James Earl Jones?
What was that one? You broke up.
David Prowse or James Earl Jones?
Vader.
Jake Lloyd. Pass.
Skip that one. Yeah, skip
Billy
that
D. Williams.
one. Lando.
Frank Oz.
Yoda.
Larry Ward.
Pass.
Dennis Lawson.
Wedge Angeles.
Timothy Rose.
Skip.
Jeremy Bullock.
Boba Fett.
What's that?
Boba Fett.
Boba Fett?
Yeah.
All right. Oh, wait. The stupid countdown. Did the countdown not go? Oh, it's 2 minutes. I have that count. I have the count going. It's, did I not spell it right? Oh, geez. Hang on. There we are. All right. 2 minutes left. 2 minutes left. We're running clock. Here we go. Tamura Morrison.
Pass.
Phil Brown. You're at 12.
Pass.
Peter Cushing. Or Peter Cushing.
That one oh geez, that one I know. Why do I know that one? Oh hail. The Admiral. What's his name? Tarkin.
All right, that one's incorrect. Let's see. Ian McDermott.
Sheev Palpatine.
Oh, wait. Hang on. Maybe I spelled it wrong. How do you spell Tarkin? T-A-R-K-A-N?
It's Tarkin.
Yeah, there you go. Okay, it is right. All right. Sorry, guys. Sorry. Tarkin. Got it. Okay, so you're at 14. Pramila August.
That one I don't know. Skip that one.
Okay. You're at 14. Jerome Blake.
I don't know that one.
All right.
Skip it.
Natalie Portman.
Princess Amidala.
And Liam Neeson. Hurry up.
Qui-Gon Jinn.
There you go. Very nice. Very good, guys. Very good. We finally got it. I was trying to get that down into you. There we go. The Tarkin thing and the timer messed me up. I'm sorry. But you won. You got 16. You got 16. So we're gonna go over really quick what those last two were. So you got Qui-Gon. Sorry, I didn't spell it right.
Was Timothy? Who was one of the ones I skipped? Timothy Rose.
Hang on. Let me get to the end of it. All right. So Jake Lloyd was Anakin Skywalker. Ghost.
Okay. Okay.
Or as in, you know. And Larry Ward was Jabba the Hutt. Timothy Rose was Admiral Akbar.
Yep, I knew that one. Okay.
Tamura Morrison was Jango Fett. Owen Lars was Phil Brown. Or Jake Lloyd was Anakin in Phantom Menace. Okay, gotcha. It says Jake Lloyd Hayden Christensen, but if I gave you Hayden Christensen, it would have been way too easy for you on that one.
I would have known that one.
Jake Lloyd. Jake Lloyd was Anakin as a kid. Got it. There you go.
Yeah.
I'm just going off what the thing is reading to me, okay, guys? Don't destroy me. Don't Sith me down. All right, and then Owen Lars was Phil Brown. Pernilla August was Shmi Skywalker. And then Jerome Blake was Moss Ameta. So there you go.
Okay.
All right, so there you go. We'll talk later, and I'll get you your prize of Star Wars pin, and we'll talk about which one that you want, and I'll send that over. So good job. You actually know a lot, which is great, Sith Lord. You know who your enemies are and your allies. All right, so now that we've done that, we're going to hop in. We're going to end this one really quickly, and then we're going to jump into a quick recording for PvP. So tell everyone where we can find you, Sith Lord Fluffy.
So it's twitch.tv/Sith Lord Fluffy. I also have Discord and YouTube.
Great. Where's your YouTube?
I don't know the link right off the top of my head.
Okay. It's all good. Don't even worry about it then. If you can find him, just Google Sith Lord Fluffy on YouTube. This is the end of the hot seat with Sith Lord Fluffy. Amazing having you on, man. It was really, really, really fun. Really great to knowing you. We're going to head off, everyone, and do our PvP right now. Check on the next video.